This is the Leopard 2KST. So, out of the two flare vehicles, this is actually my preferred vehicle. I really do enjoy playing this vehicle as well. It has multiple build paths on the vehicle itself, and that does allow for some dynamic modules that you can use. So, this vehicle, really fun to play. It's very speedy. It has very good health for a marksman class vehicle. It's definitely feeling more like a brawler to me than a lot of the other marksman's vehicle in this game. It has two abilities that I think are actually really cool. So it has this like EMP charge that you throw at an enemy. If you hit him directly with it, it'll do 1,000 damage. Kind of, I think I throw it at this guy right here. Yeah, so you'll see here it does 1,000 damage. Just bam! Like, that's a lot of damage, but not only that, you can hit multiple enemies with it. If you don't hit a vehicle specifically, it allows for you to kind of give a huge AoV field, kind of like you see right there. That's another flare using it. It's an EMP trap. So, it's this big area, does about 250 damage to 300, depending on what modules you're running on the vehicle. And I believe it applies some status effects as well. This is also based off of the modules. So, overall, like, pretty good ability in my opinion. It's not too expensive. And then there's the second ability, which is the actual invis. And the invis, I feel, synergizes so well with this vehicle. And the actual, like, modules you can go. It's a very cool ability, in my opinion. Like, you can see me using it here. So with my synergy, with what I'm currently running on the vehicle, when I am using my invis, if I hit, the Amarak, which my goofy ad did not there, it can do like 17 to 1800 damage. Normally, the Amarak is only about 1000 to 1200, but you will see in this video, there will be times where I will hit those 17, 1800 damage Amaraks. And that's kind of where that damage is coming from. It's the synergies between the modules, with the mask providing me extra damage and the invisibility granting mask. You can kind of see it on the left side, all of these extra bonuses. So it gives empowered, lucky strike, which increases like the crit damage, a whole bunch of stuff that it provides. So it has very good synergies in the modules it has. And I don't know, this vehicle just feels so clean to play. So this vehicle can also take the bonus HP module, not module, but equipment. So it definitely helps you feel a lot tankier. It's kind of what I'm running here, actually. So I'm running the bonus HP, and I'm also running the exponential repair kit in order to kind of give this vehicle a lot of tankiness. So the reason why I run the exponential instead of the 550 on this vehicle is because of the ultimate. So when you're using the ultimate, you can pop the heal on one of the vehicles and then swap to the other one while it heals back up. Also, fantastic touch about this vehicle is when you do swap, and let's say you're invis, the vehicle that you swapped away from stays invisible, so that you can kind of just swap back and get that extra bonus damage on the like masked effect. Oh man, it's clean. It feels very good to play, right? So it does use an autoloader system instead of an auto reloader. Also, there's an example of the 1800 proc that I was talking about. So it uses an auto reloader. One thing that I should mention when using this vehicle, if you actually reload your clip by using the keybind, you will reload it on both vehicles, the proxy and the main vehicle. So I actually recommend just trying to burn through all of your shells and then swapping to the proxy, instead of trying to manually reload the magazine, as then you'll find yourself without ammo on either of your vehicles, and you just don't really want to run into that situation. So it's one of the reasons why you will see me never actually manually reload the rounds in this vehicle. I don't think it's a bug. I think it's kind of intentional to balance it out, to make sure like you can't constantly keep, the magazines full for both vehicles, and you kind of just got to play around with the rounds that you have. So it kind of acts like it has 8 rounds of ammo. Now, I did kind of misplay that situation a little bit. I could have definitely played it a little bit better. This is also a game where all the enemies other than the enemy flare with the camo is bots. So that one flare that I did 1800 damage was an actual player, but everyone else that you're seeing here is currently a bot. So I will say the actual damage that I'm doing may be a bit overinflated, and the fact that no one is focusing my proxy also does make this vehicle feel a bit stronger than maybe it may actually feel in live. But, man, the synergy, like, here you can actually see the enemy flare shooting my proxy. But, the synergy between this vehicle and all of its abilities feels so nice. It feels like I can use each ability for their own specific situation, and it doesn't feel like any of the abilities are lacking too much in this vehicle. The invis, fantastic. The EMP, great utility on the vehicle. It's not like the Leopard 2FK where the jamming status effect kind of just doesn't really do much for me. I actually do prefer the heat on this vehicle compared to like the ATGM heat over the 2FK. Just kind of the fact that it's more reliable and more consistent than using ATGMs. I don't really hate ATGMs, but I just prefer heat with the extra, crit modifier and overall just more consistency with the vehicle itself. Like, don't get me wrong, heat ATGM's not bad, but I prefer heat 100% almost every day over like AP, for instance. Just the ability to do consistent damage close range and at range. So you don't lose penetration at range, you don't lose damage at range, you're just as deadly at range as you are in close quarters, which I think is really nice about this vehicle and is one of the things that I feel is lacking for the Leo 1A6. Is the Leo 1A6 doesn't feel like it's as good at range as it should be. Like, I definitely feel like that vehicle should be a lot better at range. Also, with heat, you can see the effects of the longer crit cone come into effect there with me being able to shoot the ammo rack of the T62AV through the turret. This means that I'm able to kind of pick him off and escape this situation completely alive. Now, I did have the secondary proxy in order to escape, and that's kind of one of the things with this vehicle, is you don't have to use your proxies as aggressively as I am. I will say I use the proxies extremely aggressively, and in all honesty, most of the time, you don't really need to. You can definitely play a lot more passive with the proxies by hiding them in order to, keep yourself safe, to swap out your position when you're on low health. Like, say I had a proxy in my base, right? I could have just swapped right there and been perfectly fine while my proxy dies. But I had already used it on the B dome. And let's talk about the new map while we're at it. I have been through like B and C. I haven't really gone to A on the new map. B is definitely like your big brawling area. It seems C is also very close quarters, but not as unique as B is. It's definitely just like an inside area with C. I haven't really gone much over to A, so I can't really speak too much on the fact of A. But this is like a very fun environment. There's a lot of terrain differences. There's places where you can hide, places where you can be sneaky. You can shoot out into the enemy team. The enemy team has a little bit harder time shooting in because of the dome. It's a very unique environment, and one thing I should mention about the dome is it does seem to allow ultimates through, so don't think of it as hard cover. Like, earlier in this game, you've seen the M60 ult kind of go through the dome and light my proxy on fire. That's kind of what I mean by the situation. Now, I will say, this vehicle doesn't have only one build, kind of like the Leopard 2FK, where you have one primary build. But let's just kind of enjoy the after game stats and just kind of, it does seem like I didn't do really that much, in all honesty. I could have tried to drag out the game, maybe get a little bit high score, but I'm just kind of playing the vehicle and seeing how it feels, and I really just enjoy the vehicle, to be honest. But I gotta show you this. This is the canister rounds on this vehicle, and these are the only canister rounds in the game, and if they remain the same way as they were in testing, God, these canister rounds are actually super fun to use. I do feel like they need a little bit of a nerf. I think instead of 4 rounds of canister, it should only be 3. But just look at this. I one-shot I one-shot an M60A2 from the side. I absolutely nuke the Object 287, and I have enough penetration at range to actually pen the back of that Leo at that range. Like, this canister is good. And that's like probably the only time I will say a canister round is good. This this canister might be a little bit too good, in all honesty. Just, oh, it's so fun to use. Now, it doesn't have enough penetration to really penetrate anything frontally, and you're going to kind of see it in this example here with this Leo. Like, you can see me trying to get the side shot. It's not that good, but since I know this is a Leo, if he shows me his side even a little bit, he's just dead, right? But frontally, there's no shot you're penning anything with this vehicle. But this is a monster of a flanker, right? This vehicle with canister feels like how I actually wish the M55A1 felt. The canister is so good. Again, I know, I've said it already, it may be a little bit too good, but it's really fun to play around with, right? It's... And like, I get it. I understand the situation. Again, all of these players are bots. I don't know, there might be one real player on the enemy team again. I don't think I checked this time. But... oh, man. Like, see, if I shot that Object 287, it was green from 50 meters away on his rear. For a canister shot. It seems like the fall off isn't that bad on the canister for this vehicle. Like, every other canister round in the game is so bad at even, like, a tank's length away. But not this one. This one's pretty good. This is kind of how I wish all canister was in the game. Maybe... maybe not, but... it definitely feels... a lot. Also, look at this guy just fly. Like, it feels a lot more useful. Like, normally, like, I feel like normal canister round just wouldn't have been able to pen the side of that Leo there. Even at that, like, you know, with that range. Or that angle, specifically. Also, having the proxies being able to use canisters as well means that you essentially get 8 rounds of canister. Now, you are definitely going to use the proxies a lot more aggressively. This means that they are going to get picked off a lot easier. But, oh man. And right here is a great example of synergies with it. So I'm running the increased speed when I'm masked with the canister. I am going just as fast as an HSTVL. And I get to go invisible, right? Like, I honestly don't even care if they nerf this vehicle a lot compared to what I've played. It's still going to be a super fun vehicle to just fuck around with. Like, if the canister remains even remotely close to how strong it is right now, this is just going to be a S-tier vehicle. It's going to be super fun to play. I had a lot of, you know, just enjoyment playing this vehicle. Also, the MP, pretty good at clearing, you know, which one was the real one, which one was the fake. When playing against bots, it's honestly impossible for me to tell which one is the actual Leo and which one is the clone, because they both act the same, which is kind of funny in my eyes. Like, most of the time I'm pretty good at detecting which one is real, which one isn't. Like, I thought that Leo on the point that just disappeared was a real Leo, and I was so confused when he just disappeared. Also, this Raketa is ulting. Gone. Just gone. So many pellets just instantly destroy the ult. He's just dead. Right. He just had no chance. Also, I hear the ult coming in for the Leo, so I swap proxy so I don't die. I probably might have survived, but I definitely would have been one shot by anything else here. But again, this is the nature of, bots in this game, is they won't shoot the proxy, but if these were real players, my proxy would already be gone, in all honesty. Like, people are just going to shoot the proxy regardless. It's kind of the same thing with the Leo. People are just going to shoot the decoys even though they know it's not the real Leo because, free XP for destroying decoys and stuff like that and actually destroying placeable objects. So I understand these proxies, they may seem like super duper strong here, but on live servers, they're not going to feel as strong as what you're seeing here, just for the fact that they are going to be focused a lot more. Now, one thing that I do like is, like, again, I can just put a proxy out, make him go invis, and then swap to the main one, which is kind of cool. Now, the invis isn't, true invisibility. They can still see you and everything like that. It's just much harder to see. So, like, if I went invis right here on the cap, obviously a real player is going to be able to tell, well, that's a person, right? But that's not, like, the important factor of the invis. The invis is to essentially be sneaky and being harder to notice out of, like, the corner of your eye and stuff, right? Since, your name doesn't pop up, or your tag doesn't pop up when you're invis, and you are see-through, which does mean that for real players, I actually think it will trick a lot of real players. Maybe not as much as what I'm doing here. Like, there's no shot that I could do this against real players. I was just kind of having fun with it. And even the bot had enough with me there, right? He shot me even though I was invis, but he missed, luckily. I think when you do get shot, it does break the invisibility. I haven't really been able to properly test that as well. Oh, man. Canister, though, like... I never thought I would enjoy using a canister round in this game until this, vehicle came out with this stupid canister module that is actually kind of goated. And now, I actually hope that they keep the penetration and the damage the same on release of Season 1. And the actual big difference is that they remove one of the canister shots so that it can't, one-shot 4 vehicles per clip. Maybe reduce the overall damage a little bit too, so it's not, one-shotting like XM1Bs and everything in the game, because... it can definitely one-shot an XM1V if you get the right angle. You can kind of tell from here. I'm trying to see if he kind of gives me a side or something. I should have probably just drove around, stopped being lazy. But also there's mines literally everywhere on this cap. I move forward, mine. I move forward, mine. So I just kind of swapping between them. I'm just trying to clear the mines here at this point. Like, use the proxy to clear the mines. Why not? It does... I think this game does get wrapped up pretty soon as well. Man. Look at the side of that M60. It's all green. Oh, no. This thing is going to absolutely decimate M60A2s and M60A1s. With the canister shot. I just now realized that the canister on this is so good. Oh, I actually cannot wait to play this on live servers. I'm just gonna have so much fun with this vehicle. Even if they nerf this vehicle a bit, I feel like I'm just going to really love playing this vehicle so much. I just kind of go over modules. These are kind of all the modules. Here, it also kind of showing you the ones that I've been using. So this is the one that increases damage and penetration whenever you... Oh, no. This one is penetration and reticle size. My bad. EMP zone, I use slow and vulnerable just to make it much easier to kind of affect people with the slow. There's a bunch of other ones. I think there's one that increases your energy. I think that's the legendary for everyone. You can see the actual one that I use here is just the one that gives me an extra shell count, but here's the canister. Really good. I was like, this is the first time that I'm actually reading the canister in this kind of replay, so you can kind of just see me like thinking about it, right? Just like what the hell is this canister around? This legendary actually might be really good too. So I don't have any legendaries on my build. Also, increase top speed by 50% when masked. Such a goated module. But I don't have any legendaries, and it's I think it's fine without it, right? I don't feel like I need to have that legendary. Um, yeah, geez, this vehicle is very fleshed out, I will say. Like, there's just so much to the vehicle. Also, what you're watching here is me testing out the canister round for the first time and figuring out that it is absolutely busted. Like, I was like, there's no way this canister can be good, right? Like, why did they add a canister round into this vehicle? Like, they gotta be joking. Like, they're just playing with us. They're just toying with us or something. No. In fact, they were not toying with us. The canister, as I find out in just a brief moment, is just... just so stupid. Oh man. Also, you may have noticed that the actual firing range, the XM190s have changed in this update. Also, yeah, no shot, bud. You're not penetrating from that far away, even with a good canister round. Oh, this is the moment where I kind of like realize how strong the canister is, because I noticed, I'm like, why is that like kind of orange? And then I look at the hole. Look, I can just penetrate the hole. Yeah, otherwise, thank you again for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did like the video, I hope you leave a like and a subscribe so you can see some future content from me. Thank you again for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye.